I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the cleaning head from your ShearDry. Normally you shouldn't have to be taking this off and replacing it. To clean the ShearDry out, just hold it under a faucet and run water through here and it'll flush it out. And also you can do it in the other direction. There's usually no need to remove this head, but if you do need to remove it, here's how you do it. You just take off remove the 3 Phillips head screws. Once you've taken the screws off, the head will come right off. You'll notice that on the cleaning head itself, there's a rubber O-ring. You have to remove the rubber O-ring in order to replace it back onto the ShearDry. Now this rubber O-ring, if you look closely at it, you'll notice it's a square O-ring. It's not round, it's square all the way around here. This rubber O-ring fits right over the water tray, and you'll notice the water tray is tapered. It's a tapered water tray, so we want to put the O-ring back on about 1/4 of the way down the tray, and then when we replace it, it goes the rest of the way down. So when you're putting the O-ring back onto the water tray, you want to make sure it goes on without it twisting. So put it on one side, pull it over, let it go onto the other side, and then slide it down a little bit. Slide it down to where it's about 1/4 of the way down the tapered face. Now, once you get it on there, you want to sight down this line right here and see that your O-ring is not twisted. It's straight. And again, it's 1/4 of the way down the tapered edge there. Now it's ready to replace onto the ShearDry, because when we do replace it, that O-ring is going to seat into this square channel that you see right here. It'll actually expand into that channel to create a watertight seal. As you can see there, it's a square channel that it's going to fit into. So we have the O-ring in position, no twists, 1/4 of the way down that tapered water tray edge. And now you just place it back in, and you can see, if you look in there, you can see that it's fitting in to the channel where it's supposed to go. So now you press it back in, and keeping the pressure on it, turn it over, and keeping the pressure on it, keeping downward pressure so that O-ring stays in its channel, we replace the 3 Phillips head screws. Now when you're tightening the screws down, just snug each one down, not too tight, just till you can feel it's bottoming. And then go around the horn and snug them down a little bit each, so you get good even compression. And that's all there is to it. When you put it back together properly, there should be very minimal gap here or here, and that O-ring is seated in that channel, so it'll be nice and watertight, and all your water is going to be coming out your center feed bar in both directions. And it's that easy to take apart and replace.